that Delhi's air remains in very poor category with AQI about 300. The Commission for Air Quality Management has imposed stage 2 of the GRAP in Delhi NCR. Remember, under stage 2, that is, of the GRAP, mechanical sweeping and water sprinkling on identified roads will be carried out on a daily basis. Now, these measures will be in addition to the GRAP stage 1 measures that have been in effect since October 15th.
साल दर साल ठंड की आहट होते ही राजधानी दिल्ली और आसपास के इलाकों में हवा जहरीली हो जाती है। आज वायु प्रदूषण बड़ा मुद्दा बना हुआ है, लेकिन आज की स्थिति में बात करें तो एयर क्वालिटी इंडेक्स जो कि 317 के आसपास पहुंचा हुआ है, जिसे बहुत खराब की श्रेणी में कहते हैं, और ग्रेडेड रिस्पांस एक्शन प्लान का जो हिस्सा 2 है, पार्ट 2 है, वो लागू हो जाता है। लेकिन सवाल ये कि इस वायु प्रदूषण को नियंत्रण में लाने के लिए जो उपाय किए गए थे वो सिर्फ कागजी बनकर क्यों रह गए? उसका सबसे बड़ा उदाहरण है हमारे पीछे बना हुआ ये स्मॉग टावर, जो कि कनॉट प्लेस के बंगला साहिब गुरुद्वारे के ठीक बगल में है। इसका लोकार्पण दिल्ली के मुख्यमंत्री अरविंद केजरीवाल ने किया था और ये दावा किया गया था कि तकरीबन 20 से 23 करोड़ की लागत से बना हुआ ये अत्याधुनिक स्मॉग टावर जो है आसपास की 1 किलोमीटर की हवा को साफ करेगा, फिल्टर करेगा। यानी कि यहाँ जो रहने वाली रिहायशी आबादी है, यहाँ पर जो बाजार हैं, दुकान है, यहाँ से गुजरने वाले लोगों को साफ सुथरी हवा मिल सकेगी। लेकिन AQI की बात करें तो यहाँ पर भी AQI उतना ही है, क्योंकि लंबे समय से ये स्मॉग टावर पूरी तरह से बंद पड़ा हुआ है। इस परिसर के हालात आप देखेंगे तो यहाँ पर यत्र तत्र जो है आपको जगह जगह गंदगी दिखाई पड़ेगी। जो फैंस हैं उन पे धूल जमी हुई है, जो यहाँ पर LED लगाई गई है स्क्रीन, उस पर भी आपको जो फिलहाल है कोई भी जानकारी नजर नहीं आ रही होगी और लंबे समय से लोगों ने इसको चलते हुए नहीं देखा है। सवाल यह है कि जब हर बार ठंड का वक्त आते ही पॉल्यूशन की बात शुरू होती है, वायु प्रदूषण की बात शुरू होती है, तो इसको ये उपाय खोजे जाते हैं, लेकिन वो उपाय नाकाफी क्यों हो जाते हैं? क्योंकि साल भर सरकारें कोई तैयारी नहीं करती हैं और उसके बाद दोषारोपण का दौर शुरू होता है। एक दूसरे के नाम पर पर्चे फाड़े जाते हैं, लेकिन कोई हल फिलहाल निकलता हुआ नहीं दिखता। तो फिलहाल CP का ये स्मॉग टावर बंद पड़ा है और आम लोग ये सवाल पूछ रहे हैं कि जनता की गाड़ी कमाई से बना ये स्मॉग टावर आखिर इस क्रिटिकल सिचुएशन में भी क्यों नहीं चल रहा है?
Now, as Delhi grapples with rising air pollution, toxic foam was seen floating on the Yamuna River in the Kalindi Kunj area. Taking that point to my colleague Kritika, I'm given to understand she is reporting from that very specific area, who will, of course, help us better understand the perspective on the ground. Kritika, one aspect of it all this morning, and in fact, past couple of days, you've been reporting on both the aspects. One side, one cannot breathe, and the other hand, you're looking at this water pollution. And we can actually look at the kind of visuals on the screen at the moment while you give us more details, Kritika.
Right, we're at the Yamuna River bank near the Kalindi Kunj, and behind me you can see that the toxic layer of froth is still quite visible. Also requesting our camera person to pan towards the left, so a little context here. We see a lot of froth in the middle of the river over here because the banks, because the gates on either ends of it have also been closed. So because the water flows in the center, that is where all the pollutant, when it interacts with the air, the atmosphere here, the ammonia and the phosphates results in this thick foam. Had those gates not been closed, we would have seen even more foam here. And at this point, I'd also like to point out there's some stray cattle here. Also, this water is not only harmful for humans, it's also really bad for the wildlife. And remember, fishing also happens in this area. So any fish that is catched, this water is heavily polluted, as you can see, by the thick foam. It forms only because of ammonia as well as phosphates. Now, these are all effluents that are found from dyeing industries that are close by, from your detergents, the surfs, soaps that is being used. And the reason why all of it is in there is because it is in the water. And the atmospheric situations right now with the low wind speed, we are able to see the froth form. Now, all of this extremely harmful, not just for your skin as well as health, but also standing here for the last half an hour, it's causing irritation in our nose as well. And this is just the extent of it. Remember, Chhat is just round the corner. That is when a lot of devotees like to come here and offer their prayers. But again, any intake of this water can cause serious diseases. What the governments then later end up doing is putting on more restrictions. But right now also, if I will just request my camera person to give you a look around the banks here, there's so much discard, a lot of plastic still thrown all around, none of which has been cleaned. Because remember, we were here a few days ago as well. We have been reporting constantly from this spot. And even all the refuse that's around the river has not been cleaned. We see a lot of polybags that are on the riverbank. So it's not just that the water, the places from where the water is getting polluted by untreated affluents is one source, but also the superficial pollution that we see on the banks is also a big cause of concern. Now, as far as the steps are concerned, we've heard from the Delhi government that they've said that engineers will be clicking pictures from the Haryana border, from the barrage over there. Because remember, they had made it a point to say that it's because of the untreated affluents from industries in Uttar Pradesh and Haryana, which is why the water is getting polluted.
Kritika, although you're getting us
to
significant points from ground zero, I'd have to interject you there. Thank you for the moment, for drawing more perspective from ground zero. Having said that, we leave the conversation at that, considering we're slipping into a quick break here on the big story. But stay with us. Lots more coming up on the other side.